Alright, it's your boy iDef, and I am back with another review for you guys, and this time we got Skaar, Son of Hulk. I had this guy on pre-order forever, and then, I finally got him. I've had him for a while now, but just kind of took my time to get around to reviewing him. With the newer packaging, there's usually not anything on this side, but, yeah, look at that. That's a sick image. I wish he came with that axe, but I ain't complaining. And then you kind of got just, the same image, just kind of cropped. But yeah, I do like these boxes. I think they're very classy, I guess is the word. But let's go ahead and run them through the old iDef system. Is the figure in good shape? Does the figure function as intended? Everything that's included with the figure, plus scaling, and then just my final thoughts. Usually a little pose at the end when I'm talking about it too, unless I forget. Alright, and here he is out of package. And is the figure in good shape? I can't find any paint issues with him, honestly. Let me see, I actually didn't look at this eye. Yeah, his eyes look good. Yeah, as far as I can see, I don't really see any paint issues. Now, I haven't really heard of there being any or anything like that, but, it's just part of the system, bro. But yeah, he does look pretty good. Actually, you don't get to see that yet. Anyways, well, does he function as intended? Let's just start with the head, because that's where we always do. They could have made the hair back here softer, but he can at least look over. Oh, popped right off. He can kind of look over, though. It gets left and right, and he can look down a decent bit, actually. But you're not going to get any upward look with him, to be honest. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, he can brood, for sure. So that's cool. They gave him even worse shoulder articulation or butterfly than they do like the Red Hulk figure. I thought it was going to be essentially the same, but it's actually like way worse. So that's kind of but whatever. Honestly, it would have been cool if he came forward just a little bit, but anyways, he does have a pretty good arm raise though. It's over a T-pose, so he's a big boy. Also, I like how well that tattoo's painted there too. That does look good. Sorry about that. Dog's being a jerk. Yeah, he has bicep swivel, which is kind of funny how that works, because with these single jointed figures, it'll move by itself. But yeah, so he's a single joint. But you know what? That's fine. It also pivots. And his fists, they got a pretty good, they got some good bend to them. I'm not mad at it. Yep, gotta move that back. Don't bother me. And then, pretty good crunch. I'm not mad. It's funny, usually the crunch back for most figures, like most brands, like the crunch back will be not as good, or it will be better, sorry, that's what I meant, but it's not terrible. But he actually has a better forward bend, which, it's just kind of funny. And then, yes, he can't pivot at the waist, even though you can't see it. Sorry about that. Dog is being a huge a-hole. But, you gotta be careful, because this will pop off. He doesn't have a crazy kick. Eek. I don't know if this is a thing with, Marvel Legends bigger figures, but he just kind of does that. It's not that big of a deal. Like, he's not broken or anything, but it is something to keep in mind. But yeah, not the best kick, but I think it's probably better than the Red Hulk, actually. Oh, that is annoying, though. I wish there was a way to tighten that up so that just wouldn't pop off like that, but I don't know if that's really the true extent of his split, though. Because of the skirt, it is pretty soft, though. It doesn't really inhibit super bad, but he's got a decent split. And then it's got a really good bend, though. I'd love to see that. And then, hopefully, I'm not breaking the figure by doing this, but I think he also has a boot swivel. I'm not 100% sure if it's supposed to, though, is the problem. Because if it is, it's not well designed. But yeah. And then he's got really good ankle. And even forward is better than some figures for being such a big guy. And then he's got pivot. Because why wouldn't he? But, yeah, I think, hold on. I don't know if he necessarily functions as intended. I think this, especially for not being a more hulky Hulk, you know what I mean? Like, he's a bit on the smaller side. I do think he could have better articulation. I also do want to point out, he has a lot of gummy joints. I didn't have any problem getting them to bend or anything. I'm just saying be careful. I don't think this is a figure that will hold up with the, like, with time, you know what I mean? I think he'll wear out pretty quick, unfortunately. But, yeah, I guess technically he probably functions as intended, but, let's go over everything that, is included with him. And, hold on. So, here's another head that comes with him, or the other head, there's not anymore, but, I'm gonna switch that on there real quick, and we'll look at the articulation on that. Well, would you look at that? He can actually look up with this head. That's kind of cool. Here's the problem, though. This head is a completely different emotion. Like, it's cool to have two different heads, but the hair's a completely different length. It's obviously, like, in action. It's cool, but that's kind of sucks in a way. But again, in another way, it's also very cool. But yeah. So we'll show these first because they're going to be important. But it comes with the two fists, and then he comes with two grippy hands. Oh, what could he need those for? You know what he needs them for. You know exactly what he needs. This big ass sword. Actually, comparative to him, it's not that big, but it's a pretty beefy sword. And then you got a knife, which is also pretty cool. I think these both could use some shading to really bring out all the detail. They almost look cartoony, but they're still cool. I like them. And more importantly, these hands are soft. So you're not going to have a bunch of trouble getting those in there, just in case you're worried. Something I do think is funny, though, and it's not a bad thing necessarily. I just wish they would have done it with this hand, too. But for the knife-holding hands, they have the kind of vertical hinge instead of the horizontal, which, again, I like that. I just wish it was on both of them. They kind of did something similar to that with Luke Cage, but let's go ahead and scale him. Here he is with King Daredevil. Also, I put this head back on him just because it was kind of seemed like more the base head for him. But I also want to point out, since, you know, this is a review about him, so I can go back into talking about random stuff. This head is almost designed for brooding because this is where the hair sits naturally. So he's supposed to be looking down when you have this head on. I just wanted to point that out, but I'll put that back just to give more accurate representation of height. But yeah, there he is with King Daredevil. Here he is with Scarlet Spider, who's way too tall, but also just bring it back to the fact that he is a very good figure. Here he is with Luke Cage, or Power Man. Here he is with the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, and I don't think he has the exact same sculpt as like Red Hulk or other Hulks, but I really like, he's still big, but he has a lot more of a lean look to him, because, you know, he's from Skaar, is that what it's called? Whatever, the planet, he's a savage. You look at him, look at the guy. He's Conan Hulk. But, yeah. And there he is with Red Hulk. And I think the scaling is pretty accurate as far as I can tell. I don't think Skaar is necessarily supposed to be quite as big as Hulk, but obviously he's still pretty big. Now, I genuinely could not tell you what price he's going for right now, since I got him when he's pre-ordered, but if he's going for retail, I would say he's probably worth it. But again, I'm not going to lie, I don't even remember what the retail price was. He is pretty dope, however, and I mean, I haven't broken him, so yeah, he's pretty cool. I think for being as big as he has pretty good articulation. It could still be better, but he's pretty cool. I'm happy I got him. Definitely a good addition to the collection. Not quite enough to convince me to keep collecting Marvel Legends at this moment, but he's dope. What else can I say? If you're a big fan of Hulk, or especially Skaar, I think, you know, he's going to be a good pickup. Plus, I don't know if you really have much any other options. I forgot to talk about the fact that he does actually have a sheath in the back, but you can also use a strap to essentially put his sword in there. If you kind of fudge it in there, it will hold in a position that, like, makes sense and looks cool. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helps you decide, you know, whether or not you want to pick up this figure.